Most people believe success comes from knowing everything. But what if I told you that knowing too much is destroying your focus? What if the real secret to peace is learning what not to care about? Stay until the end, because one small rule will change how you see the world. In a busy city lived a young man named Armin. Every day his mind felt heavy and exhausted. He tried to keep up with everything happening around him, but the more he knew, the more restless he became. Armin checked his phone hundreds of times a day. News, opinions, arguments, and endless notifications. Everyone seemed to have something important to say, yet somehow none of it made his life better. At night he could not sleep peacefully. His mind replayed conversations and online debates. He worried about problems that were not even his. Slowly his energy started disappearing. One morning he looked around his room in silence. Nothing was physically heavy around him, but inside his mind there was a storm of noise. He realized something was seriously wrong. That day he met his old friend Kareem. Kareem looked calm, focused, and strangely peaceful. While everyone else seemed stressed and distracted, Kareem carried himself like nothing could disturb him. Armin asked him a simple question. How do you stay so calm in this chaotic world? Kareem smiled but did not answer immediately. Instead, he asked Armin one strange question. Tell me, Kareem said quietly, why do you care about things that do not change your life? Armin paused, unable to respond. He had never thought about it that way. Kareem pointed toward the busy street. Cars were honking and people were arguing loudly, but a tall tree stood calmly beside the road. It ignored the chaos completely. The tree survives storms because it does not chase noise, Kareem said. It focuses only on sunlight, water, and growth. Humans are different. We try to absorb every sound around us. Armin started noticing something strange. Most conversations around him were pointless. People complained, argued, and spread negativity. Yet none of it helped anyone grow. He realized his mind had become a storage room, not for knowledge, but for useless opinions. Every random voice had a space in his thoughts, and the room was completely full. That evening, Kareem shared a powerful idea. It's called selective ignorance. It means choosing carefully what deserves your attention and ignoring everything else. At first, Armin felt uncomfortable hearing this. He had always believed being aware was important. But Kareem explained something deeper. Awareness without control becomes mental pollution. Your mind has limited energy, Kareem said, if you spend it on trivial noise. You will have nothing left for meaningful goals. That sentence stayed in Armin's mind. The next day, Armin began a small experiment. He stopped reading pointless arguments online. He ignored random negative discussions. And suddenly his mind felt lighter. For the first time in months, he felt silence. Not the silence of the room, but the silence inside his thoughts. It felt like fresh air after a storm. He started focusing on important things, learning new skills, working on his personal goals, and improving his daily habits. Something unexpected began to happen. His confidence slowly increased. His thoughts became clearer, and his decisions became stronger. Meanwhile, the world around him stayed the same. People still argued endlessly. Notifications still appeared everywhere. But Armin no longer felt trapped by them. He realized most problems were illusions. They existed only because people kept discussing them. The moment he stopped paying attention, they disappeared from his reality. One evening, Armin asked Kareem another question. Is ignoring things really a strength? Kareem nodded calmly. Sometimes ignoring is the highest form of intelligence. Your focus is your most valuable resource, Kareem explained. Where you place it determines your future. Protect it like a treasure. because once it is scattered, success becomes impossible. Armin began protecting his mental space. He filtered conversations carefully. He avoided useless debates. And he focused only on meaningful growth. Days turned into weeks. His productivity increased dramatically, while others felt overwhelmed. Armin moved forward calmly. Friends started noticing the change. They asked him how he stayed focused, but Armin simply smiled. He knew the secret was surprisingly simple. Most people believe success requires doing more, but sometimes success comes from doing less. Less noise, less distraction. The modern world rewards attention. Everyone fights to capture your mind. Advertisements, opinions, trends, endless updates. But you decide who wins that battle. Armin realized peace is not found somewhere outside. Peace is created by removing unnecessary noise. It is a result of protecting your attention and choosing your priorities wisely. And now you might be wondering, what exactly was the rule that changed everything for Armin? The rule that protected his mind from chaos. Stay with me for just one more moment before we reveal that powerful rule. If you enjoy stories that improve your mindset, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more people discover ideas that can change their lives. Now let's return to Armin's discovery. After months of practice, his mind became calm and focused. But the most powerful lesson was still waiting, and it was surprisingly simple. Armin followed one simple rule every day. If it doesn't improve my life, it does not deserve my attention. That single sentence protected his peace and transformed his focus completely. Selective ignorance became his shield. Not ignorance from learning or growth, but ignorance from useless noise. And that difference changed everything. Remember this carefully. Your attention is the most powerful asset you have. Protect it from meaningless distractions, and your mind will finally find peace.